The word authenticity and how to be your authentic self has really been coming up in a lot of conversations with me. So let's talk about that. You know, uh, first of all, if you don't know me, my name is Nina Zapala. I talk about spiritual personality typing. And in essence, what spiritual personality typing boils down to is knowing your true self. And that, my friends, is what authenticity is all about. When you're authentic with yourself, you're in alignment with your true self. When you're in alignment with your true self, you're telling your truths. You're speaking your truths. You're walking your talk. You're walking in truth. So really, what authenticity is truth. I know. We don't have to get all fancy and psychological and all this bullshit, right? Let's just keep it really simple. And I know people go, well, Nina, that's easy for you. I'm like, no, it's never been easy for me. I'm going to tell you, this is the hardest thing I've ever done, is come to the truth of myself. That's why I constantly talk about my 7-year life tsunami, to let you guys know I've been through a lot. I've been through probably every major life hurdle that comes at you. I've been through it. And my soul, funny little thing that she is, she decides, I want to do it all at once. You don't have time to mess around. So I want to do it in a span of 3 years, and then let's let the learning start. So for 3 years, I went through hell. So it's not like I don't know, and I, it's like, oh, it's easy for you. No, it's not easy for anybody. But my 7-year life tsunami, that grand adventure of my life, is how I came to my truth. You're not going to come to your truth where everything in your life is just going along. There's no bumps in the road. The only way you get to your truth is through those life experiences. Self-experience. You have to experience yourself out in the world to find your truth. And when you find your truth, you can start stepping into your authenticity, your authentic self, because your true self is your authentic self. Just another word. And living in your truth is the honorable place for you to live, to treat yourself. So let me just give you a quick exercise, see if this helps you. Because people are like, well, I don't know my authentic self. I'm like, a lot of people don't. In fact, there was a study, Eurich study. She said 95% of the population think they know themselves, but in actuality, it's like 10 to 15%. And why is that? It's because we haven't self-experienced our truth. Or if we have, it's a pass with it. It's like a brush. It's something we just go, oh yeah, right? Because we're so looking at the external world, looking for that as our truth, when it's not. So we dismiss our own truths. Because a lot of us feel, I include myself here, we feel unworthy, or we're not smart enough, or I don't have the degree, or I came from this family and not from this family. I went to this school and not this school. All that's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Every single bit of that's bullshit. To know your truth is to believe that you are a sacred aspect of divine intelligence, because that's what's in you. And that's what I call the soul mind. Because that mind is tethered to divine intelligence. I know, think about that. And it's within you. So every single person on the planet, I don't care where you are on your journey, I don't care about any of that. We have a spark of divine intelligence within us. That's where our truth stems from. It stems from that wisdom. And the reason I like personality typing so much is because I feel personality typing, it provides indicators for you, right? It's the logical aspect of you. But I have to say, it's got to be well balanced and healthy for your soul to speak through it. Your soul can't speak through a personality type that's in fear. Because soul, as I just said, your soul, that spark of intelligence, that spirit mind, is connected to divine intelligence. That's all love. So if your personality, your logical, rational mind is bathed in fear, the two can't communicate. So then that beautiful soul self can't take the inspired actions it's being directed to take from the spirit mind. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I told you I'm going to give you a little exercise. This is interesting. If you don't have a journal or you're not taking notes on this, you probably should take some notes if you're so inclined. And I know I'm moving a lot because I didn't put all my stuff out here for my camera. Whatever. I'm an ENTP. That's a T. I mean a P. I have none of that. Like, let's get organized, and I just come and shoot. Anywho, here's the exercise. So, how do you know you're being authentic and truthful? Do you have a pet? Do you have a dog or a cat? Yes or no? Okay. So, say this out loud to yourself. I love my dog, because I have a dog. Or if you have a cat, or whatever, you have a kid, whatever. I don't care what it is. I have a kid too, and I love him too, so it goes without saying. But say something that you really, really know about yourself, that if you love dogs, or if you love nature, or if you love birding, or whatever it is, you love music, when you say, I love, fill in the blank, now go back and how does it make you feel? If it brings a peace, or a smile, or joy to you, that's how you know you're being authentic, because you're telling the truth. When you lie to yourself, oh my God, I did that. That was the hardest thing for me to admit going through my 7-year life tsunami, that I had been lying to myself for so many years. That's a hard one. That's a really hard one. And I had to face that, and it was not fun. But when you lie to yourself, what happens is you get into those fear states, right? Because lying, attracts a negative energy. But this is what's even more interesting. So when you lie to yourself, you're actually fighting with your true self. So it brings in all these energies of anxiety, of stress, of depression, of fear, of jealousy, all the yucky stuff. They come marching right in because you're fighting yourself. You're dimming that spark of divine that's within you. It starts going lower and lower and lower. And the darkness gets higher, darker and darker and darker. And we all know that in order to heal something, you need to bring light to it. You need to bring truth to it. This is when you can step into your authentic self. This is when you know you're getting authentic, because you're starting to bring truth to things. And these feelings, or for me, it's not a feeling as much as it's an energy. Like, I'll get a shift in energy that'll just like, the energy's really heavy for me. So if you're not a feeling type, you might be more of an intuitive type. And you're like, ugh. Or if you're a decision type, you'll get that same thing, like something's off with this decision. That's your gut. That's that spark saying, you might want to go a different direction. That's when your authenticity, and I was going to say true self, but I wanted to mold the words together, I guess, there. But that's when you're trying to fight that energy, right? That true self's trying to come out. So you get this like, something's off. Maybe I need to slow down, stop this outside world stuff, get into reflection, stillness, meditation, art, drawing, singing, dancing, whatever it is for you, jumping up and down. I don't care what it is for you. Because all of our personality types are so different. So everyone's going to need a different modality to get to this place. I'm just here to guide you into some kind of a path that you can see, that it can illuminate something and open something up for you to follow. So the exercise is very simple. I love to do, or I love my blank. For me, it's my dog. It's my kid. It's nature. It's learning. It's doing what I'm doing right now. I love it. All right? And I get excited about it. I start smiling and I get excited. There's a joy that comes in. Right? So you already know where and how to get authentic with yourself. It's by telling your truth. So if you're in a situation and you say, and you can just ask yourself this really quick question. Do I love this, or does this feel like my truth? And if you ask that question, say you're going into a meeting and they're talking some bullshit and you don't agree. And if you don't speak up, well, then you're not telling your truth at all. You're just holding in your power, your true self. You're holding that in. And you start stifling and pushing that down. Believe me, I was great at doing that. You lose all your power. Words are very powerful. They create your world, right? The world was spoken into being by God. So if you believe that spark of divinity is within you, what you speak, you create. It's the same thing. He's giving you the same gift. So if you shut yourself down and you're not speaking on behalf of yourself, or you're not speaking your truth, then that's where all this anxiety comes in. That's where people start feeling lost. They don't know who they are. I was that person. You would have never guessed it looking at me, ever. Because my mask was perfectly in place. I had to look at myself and question myself, question my beliefs, question my values. That's when my truth started coming out. And it was not easy. It's still not easy. Who lives there? I don't live in the world, that 10 or 15% of the world where that study says that 95% of people don't know themselves. I don't live in that world 24/7. I don't know anybody that does. Maybe Jesus, Buddha. But if you're a human, but that's okay, because you don't want to live in that world the whole time, because then you don't go on those learning adventures. You don't have those things that spark a need for you to explore yourself and learn something different about yourself. Heal yourself. You can't stay in that state. Not in this plane that we're on right now. I think eventually we're going to get there, but we're not there right now. So let's focus on the now. Because if you don't live in the now, what are you living for? So, hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to start talking a lot more about this. My friend's been kicking my ass. Like, Nina, why aren't you doing this? This is so good. You should be out talking and speaking. I'm like, I know. I mean, I'm an extrovert, but I'm really kind of an introvert. I like my little world. Who doesn't, right? Especially in today's crazy freaking world. But it is fun. It is exciting when I'm out, especially when I'm traveling. I start talking to people like, this is awesome. Where are you teaching this? Why aren't you teaching this somewhere? So I'm going to start doing it. I love it. So it's going to be fun, and I'm not going to be this guru or any bullshit like that, because I'm not. I'm living my shit every day, just like you. So, and when I live my shit and I go through it, I teach it, because I only teach from what I know. I only teach from my own self-experiences. So, this is Nina, being Nina. Living my truth the best I can. And I want that for you, because this is what's really cool, and then I'll let you go. I was telling a friend about this. Like, when you start knowing your personality type so well, because I believe it's sacred, because it supports your soul's mission, right? Your soul mind uses it to express divine inspiration. So it expresses the messages it's getting from divine intelligence. The soul, that spark of divine within, is from a higher conscious level. It expresses itself through your personality type. So I do believe that your personality type is sacred. But my point was, when you get really into your personality type and you just know it, you're like, oh, there's that trait coming up. I know it's coming, First of all, you can shift out of situations quicker because you already know. You're like, oh, I know I need to do this to get back there. So, okay. But once it becomes like, let's say it this way. Once it gets so much more in flow with who you are, you allow that spirit mind to lead you. And that's where the magic comes into life. You start seeing and witnessing the miracles and the magic. You start seeing the magic in the divinity of everybody. You're not going to agree with everybody. You're not going to believe everybody. But the cool thing is, you will see their divine nature. And so you get to witness their miracles and their magic. Who knows what you can learn? You can learn a lot, believe me. You can learn a lot. So, what's the exercise? I love my fill in the blank. Journal, how does it make you feel? So, when you're in situations now, at work, a social situation, wherever, online, say that phrase to yourself silently. You have to say it out loud. Say it to yourself. Do I love? Does this make me feel? Right? Does doing this, whatever this is, make me feel good? If there's any reaction, you're just like, oh, something's a little off, or you're feeling it. If you're a feeler, you're going to feel it. If you're a thinker, you're going to say, something just doesn't feel right. Your gut instinct or something within that decision tree, you're like, just not there with it yet. There's something missing. Let me go investigate it. Investigate it. Get quiet. Get reflective. Get into stillness. Journal. Walk. Meditate. Create. Paint. I don't care what it is. Figure it out. Figure it out. You all have a personality type that has specific needs that only you can meet, because you aren't your personality type. Your personality type is a tool. You're an amalgamation of all your experiences, along with your personality type, along with your signature soul self. And that's all connected to divine intelligence. Okay, raging on. I can do this for hours. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I hope this helps. Hope that little exercise helps you too. Sorry for all the movement. I'll get my stand the next time. I know it's wobbly. You're probably like, you guys, she's making me dizzy, man. Anyhow, wishing you so much love and magic and miracles in your life. That's what we're all here for. Okay? All for now. Nina Zapala, spiritual personality typing.